Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. Today we are discussing the Vacheron Constantin Overseas Automatic Reference 47040 in 18 karat rose gold. You can see and you can purchase this very watch on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and please click on the card in the upper right hand corner of the screen at any time during this video to see our full sales listing for this watch with accessories included in the sale, high resolution images for your desktop, and naturally our complete pricing details for this Vacheron Constantin Overseas. That's the card in the upper right hand corner. Now on my wrist, 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference, you can see that the watch retains Vacheron Constantin's classical low profile and formal elegance, but at the same time, it is a substantial contemporary full-sized sporting model, 42 millimeters across the round of the case. That's from 9 to 3, not inclusive of the crown or the crown shoulders. It has a lot of wrist real estate, and it requires, I would say, a wrist no smaller than 15, perhaps 14.5 centimeters in circumference, because it does wear a big 42. It is, however, very slim in classical Vacheron fashion, 10 millimeters thick from case back to the top of the sapphire. It actually nestles into the wrist a little bit because of the cupped caseback shape, and with the generously sloped Maltese cross motif bezel, a dress cuff will slide up and over this watch easily. It has impressive presence thanks to the horizontal span of the case, which is 51 millimeters from lug to lug, and then on the wrist it does give you the impression of a large amount of value because of its sheer heft. Now, let's take a look at why that is. Now obviously we have a full and very high grade, beautifully finished Maltese cross motif double deployed clasp, alternately sandblasted, and you can see high polished. It features twin trigger release with the swing arm of the clasp acting as a spring, so once closed it stays closed. It's a lot of gold in spite of its skeletonization, and it acts nicely to counterweight the case when it's on the wrist. You'll also note that the watch features a solid gold caseback, one of the reasons that it wears heavier than you might initially expect for its size. That solid gold caseback adding considerably to the mass of this classy timepiece on the wrist. The strap is a very substantial folded edge monotone stitch rectangular scale dark brown alligator leather. Now it has supple calf skin on the underside, and it can be swapped out for either a Vacheron Constantin full bracelet or one of the rubber straps that Vacheron Constantin produces for this reference. And you might want to keep one in reserve because the watch features a screw down crown with an exceptional for the class 150 meters of water resistance. So not only does it look the part of a burly sports watch with perhaps finishing school manners, but it can also play the part with ease. Now inside the case is Vacheron Constantin's Jaeger-LeCoultre based caliber 1226, 36 jewels with efficient unidirectional winding. It has about a 38 to 40 hour power reserve. It is protected by a soft iron inner cage that also shields it from magnetic fields, which are now so common in daily life, especially around high-powered home and office wiring looms, as well as the closures of purses and wallets. Now you also note that because it is based on the latest variant of the long-running JLC 889, the movement inside the case features a free-sprung architecture that makes it a little bit tougher in the face of shock and vibration-induced timing deviation, while retaining a lot of the classical features of the 889 caliber, which is the caliber of choice in high horology, featuring hacking seconds, so you can stop the seconds and synchronize to a known accurate reference time. It also features a quick set function for the date, such that you can rapidly cycle the time should the watch run down or encounter an irregular length month. Of course, the dial is simply spectacular. The combination of the grayscale sunburst with the rose gold of the case is extremely compelling, and it's punctuated by applications of rose gold Arabic numerals, the Maltese cross motif at 12 o'clock, the gold lined applications of superluminova. It's easy to read in any light, so as a sports watch, this timepiece definitely succeeds. Its fundamental mission of telling time in any light is achieved. Durability thanks to the anti-magnetic cage, the robust water resistance, and of course because it combines a broad stance across the wrist with a very thin profile, it's also a very versatile timepiece to own. This is a watch that really can do it all, and the combination of finishes and textures, as well as interesting shapes, angles, and curves on the case, means that it is by no means a default design. Even small touches like the intermediate polishing of each outcropping of the bezel contrasting with the vertical satin striations of the inner nooks. This is a beautifully considered and wonderfully hand-finished timepiece. This is the same grade of metalwork you'll see on Patek Philippe, the same grade of metalwork that you will see on Audemars Piguet. Note the beautiful hairline bevel along the shoulder of the lug and the satin finish of the case top and the lug top. This is a watch that's nuanced in manifold fashion. It's quite simply a pleasure to encounter, a pleasure to wear, and as we discussed, a very versatile watch that can be worn with anything almost anywhere. You can see and you can purchase this fine and versatile Vacheron Constantin second generation overseas automatic on our website.